Good morning, master traders and money magnets. Guys, the stock market has been spoiling us lately. All these amazing volatilities that we've been having, lots of level to level moves, very day tradable. And if I do say so myself, it could be swing tradable depending on how you look at the market and what positions you've been taking. It's been great. And last week I spoke to you guys about the importance of the 23.6 Fibonacci level when I spoke about signs of a bull market returning. And when the downtrend is over, or a crash is over, or a correction is over. This is a big correction, a crash some would call it. But when it is over, one of the first steps, conditions that the ticker symbol does is recapturing the 23.6 fib level. I have the one on SPY at 512.8. We recaptured this level last Wednesday. We even back tested it as a support last Thursday. Last Friday, we showed some bullish follow through, and now today we are gapping up. All right. Now, before I get to the charts, I do want to address all my fellow master traders and money magnets. Why do I call you guys money magnets? It's because I'm trying to manifest something. I'm using the law of assumption. This is by Neville Goddard. The law of assumption to assist us in our trading journey. All right. But when we use the law of assumption, guys, when we start saying what we desire as if it's already happened, when we start saying, I am a master trader, I am a money magnet, right? It doesn't just happen right away, okay? It's not a genie in a lamp. But what does happen is the reality starts to shift itself to meet your imagination. Does that make sense? It starts to shift itself to meet your imagination. So whatever it is that you're imagining, the reality is going to shift itself to meet your imagination. Okay, reality bends to our will. Look at everything that's around you. Everything from the couch to the cars to the sidewalk to the buses to everything to even food. It was all imagined in our minds before it became a reality. So if you have in your mind that you are a master trader, that you are a money magnet, which you are, just understand that it doesn't happen overnight, but things will happen. Things will start to shift so that your imagination can become a reality. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is that me and you meeting today is not a coincidence. If you saw my video show up on your timeline, in your feeds, it's not a coincidence. You and I were meant to meet. You and I were meant to connect. All right? So let's chart. I have right now a resistance level, a Fibonacci resistance level of 543.4. Okay? As of recording this, SPY is around 542. It gapped up from last week. 543.4 is the next fib level. If SPY wants more upside, that level must clear to send us up higher. All right. Now, I do have a fib level at 547.5, but the level that I'm watching personally is 548. So we can clear 543.4. I got 545, 548, and then a fib level, which is also a gap at 549.6. You guys notice that gap never got filled. We still have a gap here on SPY at 549.6. Still, it's very close, but it didn't get filled. Okay, so those are targets to the upside. If 543.4 can clear above 549.6, we would fill one gap from March 31st. But keep in mind, we do have a bigger gap, another gap all the way up at 555. That's from April 2nd. So multiple gaps here that has yet to be filled. But it won't be possible unless 543.4 and 545 can clear. Okay, if this is a gap and crap as usual, 543.4 must hold as resistant. I have support at 542, 539.5. If those levels fail, it could be a gap and crap. 538, 536.3 would be targets. and I have a fib level around 533. That would fill the gap up from last week. Below 533, I'd be bearish. And I think we dropped down lower, down to 532, 530, 528.6, and 527. The 5 daily moving average is starting to slope up and been acting as support lately, guys. So something to keep in mind. If you are bearish, you want to see that level fail, that moving average fail as support. We got to see where it's at today, though, when market opens. Okay, so if you want a pullback, as usual, we need those breakdowns of support. If it's a gap and crap, 542, 539.5, and 538 must fail. That's just setting us down lower. Please add these levels to your charts. Triple Q here, it's around 462.7-ish as of recording. I do have a fib level at 460. That's going to be today's equilibrium level. If we can hold that as support, we can get a bigger bounce. I do have next resistance at 463, 465, and the fib level 466.4. And then an important level at 468. That's the big candle. The hive is at 467.8. But if we can clear 468, I would feel more comfortable counting that as a breakout. All right. Got to stay above 460, clear 463, 465, and maybe we can get a bigger bounce. Above 468, I would definitely be bullish. Now, if we break down some support levels, 461.5 and 460, especially 460, definitely we could drop down lower, probably be a gap and crap. 458, 456, 454, and 452.8 would be in play. I'd be bearish below 452.8 with 451, 449.6, 447, and 445 or lower in play, guys. Please add these levels to your chart so you know when to enter and exit. 15-minute chart is what I use for day trading, guys. Now we got a double inside candle on Tesla. Let's see if today can be explosive. All right. Next resistant levels I have are at 257. Well, it's above 257 now, but 259, 261, 262.5, and 264. Okay, if we can clear these levels at least on the 15-minute charts or higher, we can get a bounce back up, possibly up to the 270 area, 270 plus, possibly even higher. I do have this downtrend here. To get a breakout, yeah, Tesla will need to get above 270. Okay, now if we are going to the downside, 255, 252, 252.3 actually. And then 251, 249, and 247. These are all support levels, okay? We break those down, we can head down lower. I do have a fib level all the way at 243.3. And you see these double inside candles, the mother candle's low. It's all the way down at 239 or so. I mean, below those levels, I'd definitely be bearish. But we can't get there unless we start breaking down 255 in the fib level at 252.3 first to make it a possibility. If we start bouncing, clearing 259 and 261, we definitely be bullish. NVDA's been looking bullish and it's still trying to look bullish. I have the next fib level at 116, guys. Okay, if it can clear, more upside incoming. 118, 120, 123, all would be in play. If it's a gap and crap, 114, 112, and 110 must fail. Starting with 114, it must fail as support to give us the price action signal to go short. All right, I'd be bearish below 108.6. That's the fib level that we recaptured last week. So to invalidate that recapture, gotta break it down. And here is coins, been bouncing as well, using the 5 DMA as support once again. I have a fib level at 179.2. As long as above, coin has a chance at more upside. Okay, 181, 182.5, and 184 are support levels. Above 184, I would be bullish. I'd favor we go fill the gap around 189. There's another gap around 194 plus. Those would be possible if we can clear 181, 182.5, and 184. If it's a gap and crap, 179 must fail. to put 176, 174 or lower in play. Look to show up below 179. And here is the VIX is gapping down as well. I have a fib level at 31.4, guys. If it fails, then more downside incoming for the VIX. 30, 28.2, 27, 25.7 or lower incoming. But it starts with the loss of 31.4. All right, if it's bounce time, 33, 34.5, and 36 plus all must recapture. Fib levels at 36.5, all must recapture. Starting with 33, 34.5, 36.5, all must recapture to get a bounce for the VIX. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. This really means a lot that you guys are here. This is the start of a new week. Whatever happened last week, leave it. It's in the past. Leave it. All right? Like I always say, our best trading days are still ahead of us. So no matter how awesome a trading day you had in the past or how crappy of a trading day you had in the past, it's in the past. Your best trading days are incoming. It could be today, could be tomorrow. All I'm saying is you got to show up. And you did today. Love y'all. Peace.